I'm Angie, and we are going to do a really fun video for you today with my sons. We've got Marcel on this side. Come on. And Emery on this side. Come on up. No, you have to come more closer. There he is you get your PDF and print it on, it's best to print it on a little bit thicker paper. This is just cardstock that goes through a regular printer, and then you're going to need to cut out all these little shapes. So that takes a little time, and if you've got little guys, it's usually good to double up. So we've got all these little shapes. See?
Mama.
You're going to need paper.
Yeah, paper.
So this paper is 140 pound, and you can really use any kind of watercolor paper, but I suggest to use a bit heavier paper so that the watercolor works well with it. And then of course you're going to need brushes, and I recommend a bit thicker and a thinner brush. You're going to need a pencil. You're going to need some scissors, and you're going to need paints, and some jars with water to do some washes. I'm going to show you 3 different backgrounds you can do. You do one straight line and a curvy line on top, and look, presto, you have an ocean with a water on the bottom with an island or a piece of land on top and a sky. So look here, you can see I drew the frame around it, and then you can see you draw lines all the way down for trees that are in the foreground, and then the trees that move back farther, they get skinnier as they're further away. And also higher up on your page is where they end. You see the bottom of the tree. So you can see there's this tree in the front, this tree's a bit further back, and there's the bottom of it. And this tree's even further back. It's a skinnier tree because it's further back and it's higher up. So this one I've drawn some perspective lines for inside a shape of a room. So there's one line here, one line going up, and one line across. And then of course you can go in and add a window, a table, a bed, chair, anything you want, and you will see it looks like they're all inside a room. And I've just added a bit of water in the bottom of a jar, and then just with my brush dropped bits of paint in there, and then mixed it in, made it dissolve in the water, and tested it on paper to make sure it's dark enough.
Hung off the big wooden frames, and the scent of jasmine brushed my face. I was a child when I crawled the pebbled pathways in his footsteps. The river danced as every leaf sung, oh they sung, and the streams brought the world to life. I was a child when I watched the sunlight play in the mist.
So we've completed 3 paintings. This is Marcel's. He's 6 years old. This one is Emery's. He's 3. And this one is mine. And if we were painting this in a big group, we would have multiple paintings, and then we would line them up, and then we'd develop a story based on it. And I'm sure you can get really creative, especially if there's multiple ages. You can get really creative with stories, and you can create your own book for your family. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. You're welcome to go and check out the book that I'm publishing at Rocket Hub, and please email me and let me know what you thought. Thanks!
I was a child when I sat beneath the canopy of mulberry trees. My feet hung off the big wooden